The writing team at Bungie has done a fantastic job with the story over the last year. 4 seasons of epic content that lead right up to Witch Queen. Savathun infiltrated the city and tried to turn our leaders against each other. Today we are going to explain some of these choices the writers made thanks to developer commentary, and some of this gets pretty crazy. So the following information from this video comes from the PlayStation blog. This is a great article that gives us incredible detail about Savathun's creation and how the amazing writers at Bungie converge all these ideas into the epic story you play season after season. The link to that specific article can be found in the description below. So something we don't often think about when we experience these seasons is how long this content takes to make and when it actually started. For example, back when Bungie was creating their last Halo game, Halo Reach, they were already brainstorming ideas for Destiny, which wouldn't come out for another 4 years. This of course is the same with Destiny 2 now and also the season. They have to make these seasons months and years in advance, not knowing what the full expansion is going to involve yet. So with this story for Savathun infiltrating a certain person that's close to us in the city, here's why they chose Osiris. Basically, it boils down to his relationship with Ikora. Ikora was once an apprentice of Osiris. Osiris would then become exiled for a long time until the events of Curse of Osiris, where he would return.
Vex's mind is destroyed, and the path to their dark future is gone with it.
Osiris, it's been a very long time.
Too long, my... I was going to say student, but... well, that word is too small for you now.
I've had other teachers. Time. Pain.
Now the reason they picked this specific character over others was that one, he was close to Ikora, which meant he can get access to the Vanguard. Savathun would have all the knowledge she wanted.
For now, I'm overturning all hidden records and full archival access to Osiris, but no one else. In the meantime, Osiris is focused on collecting all the data we have on Savathun, separating small truths from the many layers of lies.
The first sort of notes of this change where Savathun took over Osiris would happen in the voice lines in Zavala's office at the beginning of Season of the Hunt. There's like 6 different entries where Osiris talks about what's going on with Kaido and all of that, but the writers say that this specific one I'm about to play was when the change took place.
If anyone is listening, Sagira is. She sacrificed herself to save me. From them. From the High. I'm tracking the creature responsible for Sagira's death. I will find it. I will end it.
So you can hear subtle changes by Osiris' voice actor, and as the seasons went on, it was brilliant. These would get more noticeable and you would recognize that maybe something is going on here. So this, of course, was Savathun's master plan. First, she would bring us to the moon to meet Crow and light the fire that would be stopping her sister, and also Crow's journey to the tower and revealing everything to him. Her ultimate goal would be manipulating different people and spreading distrust and doubt within the Vanguard and the people of the city. Julia Nardine brought up an example of this. When Season of the Chosen began and Kaido was proposing an alliance, Savathun would step in and question whether she was trustworthy or not.
I propose an alliance.
Cabal don't ally. They conquer. She betrayed her father to Gaul. Don't think she won't put a gilded knife in your back too.
Savathun couldn't afford an alliance between humanity and Kaido's Cabal, so she sabotaged it. But she did so in a way that prevented Kaido from launching a full-scale assault on her hiding place. And when it came time to de-escalate the conflict she helped create, she made sure that her solution kept all the players on her chessboard. So personally, I didn't really catch that one. When you look back at it now and after hearing that quote, it's more easier to recognize, but if no one read the leaks all that while ago and jumped into that content, it would just seem like a normal Osiris just doubting what's going on. Another important part of this evolving story was slightly revealing that Savathun was behind it all. Her ego would get to her over time and slip eventually. I did make a video a while ago about all the ways Savathun has bamboozled us, but the article gives an example from the High Celebrant mission where she questions if her sister Xivu has any ambition of her own. This is Savathun slipping up a bit.
Xivor Wrath strikes where Savathun first pushed through the veil and entered the Dreaming City. Has she no ambition of her own?
This season of The Splicer is where things start to get crazy. It's really nice actually having the writers explain some of the choices and backstory behind the plot creation in Destiny. It really does shine here in Season of the Splicer, and I hope we get some more of these explanations in the future. In that season, we would experience and see multiple things. The people of the city were afraid of the Elixni and Mithrax moving in alongside them. So what did Savathun do? She created her own weapon in Lakshmi to weaponize these ideals against us. Savathun would also spread false lies about Saladin, claiming that most people thought that he tried to assassinate Zavala. This was in one of the lore cards, and even using the relationship of Osiris and Saint to her advantage, which is kind of messed up if you think about it. She was trying to get Saint to overthrow the Vanguard.
There is something I must discuss with you. Lakshmi, she came to me with a proposal.
You taking over as Titan Vanguard? She discussed it with me as well. She wants what is best for the people of the city. And in truth, you would make an excellent leader.
Savathun made so many mistakes during Season of the Splicer because she was in a great deal of pain. She was desperate, and when Savathun gets desperate, she gets sloppy. So this is when things in Savathun's plan started to fall apart and she got weak and tired as she tried to feed her worm. She thought all of this may be enough, hiding from her sister Xivu and feeding her worm through all this deception, but it wasn't. The beginning of this season, Season of the Lost, Savathun revealed herself. Although we didn't see her character model during the cutscene, instead we have an off-screen transformation into a crystal form which we now see near Mara. Here's a cool fun fact. At the time we were working on Season of the Lost, we didn't yet have a character model for Savathun, so we had to get creative with her on-screen transformation and how she'd maintain a physical presence in the world leading up to Witch Queen, Nardine said. So much of game development is finding solutions to these sorts of challenges, especially when we're walking multiple creative paths at the same time. So that's really cool. As I mentioned, these things take a while to develop, so as they were planning this story, both with the writers and the developers putting content inside the game, they didn't actually know what Savathun would look like as they were writing this stuff, and it turned out pretty good in my opinion. So this of course leads us straight up to Witch Queen around the corner. The writers have done a fantastic job and they deserve a ton of credit. Working through a pandemic to bring us some of these epic stories I'm sure was no easy task, and again if you'd like to read this article, the link for that is down below for the PlayStation blog. Anyway, if you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Evade and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.